Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a productivity hypnosis session to enable the client that I was working with to unleash and unlock the resources so that they would procrastinate less and to accomplish more and to feel more aware of what to prioritize and what to give their focus and their energy to give it the maximum amount of time needed to get the result done. And it can be frustrating if you have ever found yourself starting things but not finishing them, or rushing at the very last minute near a deadline, knowing that you could have done more or done things to a better standard had you started earlier. And this hypnosis session uses a popular metaphor when it comes to psychology, and that is that the brain is like a computer, and that a computer with no software or applications is pretty much useless. So if you think of all the skills that you've learned, that's almost like software or applications on your brain, if that makes sense, that your brain has learned this stuff and then you can use it. So therefore, every new skill that you learn is like buying a new bit of software. And you can think of knowledge as data, and that's quite a useful model. And this hypnosis session really digs deep into that while using the control room of the mind metaphor and then direct suggestions that the client wanted, so they felt enthusiastic and getting in that zone state and almost that healthy obsession to get things done. All of that's linked to this. And because I feel that there's a lot of people out there that would desire to be more productive, not all the time. Nobody wants to be working 24 hours a day. But when you are working, it's better to be productive in that time, because then you really get to enjoy any other time in a much more relaxed way. There's nothing worse than trying to enjoy a weekend or enjoy an evening when you know deep down you haven't been as productive as you could have been during the daytime. And that's really what this hypnosis session is for. If you want something a bit more bespoke or customized for you, as always, you can click a link in the show notes or check out my website, adamcox.co.uk. And on there, you'll find a link to book a 30-minute free consultation call on Zoom to explore working with me. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed to relax and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of serenity and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to close. And as they close, notice how much easier it is to focus on the sound of my voice. Breathing in that relaxation and exhaling tension, enabling you to drift off to deeper and deeper levels of calmness. And as you locate that inner calm, start to notice that tension just melts away. Feel it dissolving, and imagine that you can feel it leave your body in that outward breath. So simply by breathing in and breathing out, you start to feel more and more relaxed. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a spiral staircase that leads down to a high-tech control room. And as I count downwards from 5 to 1, you will imagine walking down the spiral staircase. And as you reach the bottom of the staircase, you will feel not just deeper relaxed, but a feeling that you are accessing a deeper part of your subconscious mind. So breathe in and breathe out as 5, you take that first step down the spiral staircase, slowly and safely walking, continuing to go further and further down the staircase as 5 becomes 4, releasing tension in your jaw, neck, and shoulders. And then 3, notice how much easier and freer it is to breathe in and breathe out. And then 2, start to feel relaxation in your arms and legs as you continue to walk down that staircase. Then 1, you can see the final few steps of that staircase, feeling a ripple of relaxation go from the top of your head to the tips of your fingers and toes, and then 0. You arrive at the bottom of that spiral staircase. A short corridor leads to a door to a control room. An advanced control room for your mind. Take a few steps forward, and as I count downwards from 3 to 1, just imagine opening the door, walking through the door, and finding yourself in that control room. 3, turning the handle. 2, opening the door. And 1, walking through the door, closing it behind you, finding yourself in the control room of your mind. As you imagine entering this control room, maybe you can see a large futuristic space filled with screens, dials, buttons and interfaces. And maybe the walls are lined with data streams. Screens, each representing different areas of your life. Maybe work, personal goals, your social life, and perhaps learning. And just imagine, in the center of this room is a sleek control panel. And this is your interface with your mind. allowing you to manage every aspect of your mental operations. And I want you to think of your brain as the powerful hardware that runs this control room. It's the foundation upon which everything else operates. And just like a computer, your brain needs regular maintenance, good nutrition, adequate sleep, and exercise to function at its best. And maybe you can notice how the control room adjusts based on how well you care for your brain. That when you eat well, the screens are clearer, the controls more responsive. And when you sleep well, the data flows smoothly and everything runs more efficiently. And start to think about the software that runs on this powerful hardware. And this software is composed of all the learnable skills you've developed and will develop over time. Things like prioritization, delegation, planning or preparation. These are learnable things, the software that your brain runs. And what if each skill is a different program on your control panel? The prioritization program allows you to organize your tasks and projects effectively. And just imagine you're installing an update, enabling it to run even more smoothly, sorting your to-do list in real time, showing you what needs your immediate attention. And maybe there's a delegation program, allowing you to distribute tasks to others when necessary. You can adjust the settings to determine how much responsibility to share, ensuring everything gets done efficiently. And what if you had the latest planning and preparation software, like a project management tool, showing timelines, resources, potential obstacles, helping you map out your path to success? And sometimes software needs a bit of practice to use it, but things can become automated quickly. You have software to walk, software to write and read. And when you do those things, it feels effortless because the software is just running. Think of all of your knowledge as data. Look at the screens displaying those streams of data. This is your knowledge. Every piece of information you've ever learned, every experience, every insight is stored there. And imagine that you can access this data at any time, filtering it to find exactly what you need. And it's intuitive that the software interacts with the data. When you start doing skills, that software simply accesses the data you need. Memories, knowledge, understanding. But also to alert you of any gaps in your knowledge, highlighting areas where you can grow. And the more you learn, the more comprehensive and detailed your data streams become. And I want you to consider that you have full control over this interface. And you can upgrade and improve your software at any time, either by learning new skills or improving existing ones. And as you do, watch how the control room becomes more efficient, that tasks are completed faster, decisions are made with greater clarity, and you feel more and more in control of your life. And imagine that you can run diagnostics on your hardware, ensuring your brain is functioning optimally. And if you get alerted that it isn't running at maximum efficiency, you can make adjustments, tweaking your routine, walking away from unfulfilling projects, improving your sleep, just learning a new stress or time management technique. But I want you to imagine that your control room of the mind has an advanced AI agent that we can just call your higher self, a powerful central processor that oversees everything. And maybe you think of this as your empowered obsession. And maybe that ensures that all programs work together seamlessly. An internal project manager driving you towards excellence without falling into the trap of perfectionism. That it helps you to focus on completing tasks, managing your time, and maintaining high standards. And as you stand by that control interface, see the largest of all the screens. And as you stare into the screen, sometimes you'll see images of you in the future or present, maybe thinking about live projects and deadlines. And just accept the idea that every day you find yourself more driven to complete tasks with a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing that nothing important is left undone. Feel there's a dial increasing, an irresistible urge to bring every project to completion, leaving no loose ends or unfinished business behind. That when you focus on your tasks, you tap into an endless well of energy, empowering you to work with passion and determination. You approach each task with incremental enthusiasm, knowing that completing it will bring you closer to your goals and dreams. Feel your sense of time awareness sharpening, becoming more refined, making it easier to predict the amount of time needed to get things done when they need to be done, and feel like you're harnessing those internal strategies of meeting people on time, allow that time awareness to map across from people to tasks, so it becomes seamless and easily refinable to become even more time aware. You are filled with a constructive obsession to finish what you start, ensuring that nothing remains incomplete. It becomes easy to get into that flow state because as you work, you feel a powerful drive to maintain high standards of excellence, knowing that this brings you closer to success. You find joy in the process of completing tasks, knowing that every completed task brings you a step closer to bigger projects or your ultimate vision. Each milestone of completion gives that boost of dopamine to reward you to accomplish. Feel that you're activating the software to effortlessly prioritize your tasks, knowing exactly which ones will move you forward the fastest and with the greatest impact. You find delegation easy and natural, recognizing that it's a powerful tool to maximize your productivity and effectiveness. Unlock that growing passion for excellence, driving you to complete every task with care and attention, yet without falling into the time trap of perfectionism. So embrace this empowered obsession and notice just how much more you achieve each day with ease and flow. You are in control of your time, but not other people's, and become more aware of how best to use it to achieve your goals and complete your tasks. Every time you learn something new, even if that learning comes from a mistake or a setback, you feel that you are continually upgrading your mental software, enabling you to do future similar things easier and with less mistakes. Each day, your empowered obsession grows stronger, fueling your passion for excellence and ensuring you leave nothing unfinished. Allow all of these upgrades and updates to take place. And just before you leave that control room of your mind, for no reason at all, just dial up happiness and optimism. Not because it's necessary, but just because it feels good. And then find yourself walking up that spiral staircase to what we can call mindful presence. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, wide awake, wide awake. 9:10, fully wide awake now.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.